I know you've been hurting deep down inside, but let me encourage you, it's gonna be alright. Tests and trials come to make us strong, so keep on believing, you keep holding on, cause get ready for your blessing, get ready for your miracle, Welcome, Sunnies, to Beaming Light. I am Danita. Beaming stands for bold, enlightened, aware, mature, insightful, nurturing, grateful. Light stands for loving, intelligent, generous, honest, and tactful. Thank you for joining in my channel. I started off with my version, well, not even my version, Norman Hutchins. Yes, Norman Hutchins. I don't know why I want to say Kins. Hutchins, God's got a blessing with your name on it. Welcome to my channel where I talk about my personal experiences relating to song lyrics and the song lyrics of Bible verses to give a different look or perspective in today's society. So let's get into the topic of this message. We're going to look at Psalms chapter 9, verse 1 through 20, and that's the New Living Translation, in Hebrews chapter 12, 1 through 3, and that's the New International Translation. I was going to do the New Living Translation for both, but for whatever reason, God said no, because my phone won't change to the New Living Translation for Hebrew. So I was like, this is what he wants me to say, so I'm going to go with it. And the title is God's Got a Blessing, and you know who you can run to. Again, God's got a blessing, and you know who you can run to. Who can I run to? I kind of switched it up for the purposes of this message. Is a song by none other than Xscape. As I stand here contemplating on the right thing to decide, will I take the wrong direction all my life? Where would I go? I forgot those words. I have strong determination, and I'm not afraid of change. I have yet to find that someone who will satisfy me, and stay right by me. You know who he can run to? God I can run to. God I can run to fill this empty space. I tell you, God I can run to when I need love. You can always run to God when you need his love. He's always there. He's around. His love is unconditional. His unconditional. Y'all remember that song? Yeah, unbelievable. Let's get it. You know, the energy is strong. I'm not sure if you guys can sense it, but my spidey senses are tingling, and I feel the energy around me. And it's not necessarily a bad energy. It's an anticipation energy. It's like a waiting energy, right? But in waiting, we can't get anxious. And I say that because where I'm at right now, just based on just some facts, like some things are just, I gotta work some things out, right? But I'm waiting hope. I'm waiting in love. I'm waiting in faith. I'm waiting in the comfort of God. I'm waiting in patience. I'm waiting in light, you know. And what I mean by that is, even though right now it may not look great, but God always comes through, right? We say this all the time. God may not come when you want him, but he is surely and definitely always on time. And it's been a long road, Sonnies. I mean, I'm so happy for those people who are truly living in their purpose, who are following God's will, who have done the work, right? You've gotten to the root of the issue of the pain, and you know, during the healing process you really found your purpose and your passion, why God put you here. But some of my Sonnies, I feel like with the anticipation, right, because you're still waiting, you're like, I thought that it would be here by now. Where's my justice? Where's my When do I get to get my freedom? When can I start prospering? When can I really start living abundantly? Now. You do it now in your waiting phase. You start living abundantly and moving abundantly because you know God is going to bless you accordingly. You do it now. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's never going to happen. It will. If God sees fit for you to have certain things, do certain things, be a certain type of person, right? Whatever he sees or whatever plan he has for your life, he wants you to start living like that now. It's hard though, right? It's hard because we're thinking about, man, why did this have to happen like this? Man, I didn't deserve that. Man, I can't believe it. You're in shock. You're maybe still grieving whatever the loss was. And now, and I said this before on this channel, grieving is not just, when you lose a loved one, right? But grieving is when there's a loss of any kind. You have to go through those stages: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. I found myself after grieving, when grieving the loss of my mother, right? And even looking back after, and this is what I'm going to say about grieving. It's going to be an ongoing process no matter what it is. But some things just don't impact you as much when you see how God is going to open new doors for you. But when you lose a loved one especially, the grieving is a continuous stage. And I think it's going through that initial part of the stages. When I was grieving at my heaviest, I found myself going back and forth between anger to depression to bargaining to anger to depression to denial to anger to bargaining to depression to anger. You see what I'm saying? You kind of go back and forth in these stages because as you're grieving, let's say the loss of a loved one, right? You may also be experiencing other loss, but those losses don't severely impact you as the loss of a loved one. And I feel as if because it is such a hard process to go through, people have a hard time pushing through it. It is okay to grieve the loss of a loved one. It is okay to have your moments. It is okay to be sad, to be depressed, to be angry, to feel. Sometimes you just be pissed off. You be like, man, why you did why would you leave me in this, right? Like, why would you do this? My dad always says, like, your mom had her ways, right? And, like, looking back, a lot of things make sense. They did it in the moment. Like, when you see how people move, sometimes you're like, why are you moving like that? Or why would you say that? Or why would you take that? Or, you know what I mean? Like, why would you accept that? You don't understand when people do certain things in a moment. Oh, I'm shedding some light on something because the sun just came out. But after you kind of heal from the grief, you start to understand why certain things were said, why certain things were done, why certain things were accepted. I like to say this about myself. There is a method to the madness. Even though it doesn't seem like when I vent, sometimes I have my Kanye rants and my Kanye moments, right? Even though it seems like that's it, right? Or I'm going to stay in that space or that energy for a long period of time. I don't. There's a method to that madness. There's a method of me venting. People have a method to their madness. But What is the intention behind the method? That is where everything starts, is the intention. A lot of people don't realize that. You know, some people say, you know, you got to be very intentional in what you do. And that's very true. But you have to have good intentions behind what you're doing. Not self-serving, not self-fulfilling, but good intentions behind what you're doing. And when you realize that the method to their madness had good intentions for you, it's really a state of just peace, tranquility, calmness. It's like that next level blessing. That's the blessing that God has with your name on it. Because you are able to understand the method to the madness. We focus so much on the loss, we don't understand the intention behind it. There's a method to God's madness. But it's hard. Oh, it's hard. It is very hard. But it's necessary. It's necessary because this is a part in your life where you are starting a new beginning. You are going within. You are understanding how to move. And you are fulfilling your legacy through the legacy of your lost loved one. Let me move this. These incense love to burn all over the place. Like that's gone. Okay. Okay, maybe that won't. Okay. But that's the method. And so you just got to figure out what it is. Removing yourself from certain situations. Removing yourself from certain connections. Removing yourself from certain devices, right? Just turn off the phone, turn off. I have that really bad. Like I can just scroll and scroll and scroll. And I find that I'm spending a lot of time doing that. But now God is like, I need you to turn that around. Because there has to be a method to the madness. It's a reason that you're doing this. It's a reason God put you in position to take the crown. It is a reason that God is propelling you forward and other people are repeating some of their same lessons because they haven't learned it. There's a reason that God chose you. Out of all the people God has access to, He chose you. It's something about you. And you have to believe that about yourself. It is something about you that He trusts. It is something about you that He understands. It's something about you that He just cares. He is mad over you. And when I say mad, I don't mean like upset. I mean like He is crazy about you. You're His child. In the past, you used to run to other people. You used to put your trust in other people. You used to get everybody's opinion so you can make a sound decision. Because at the end of the day, you are trying to figure out what benefits everyone else. God chose you because you're not allowing other people to affect your decision making anymore. Like, you are in a space where you're trusting God and you're moving accordingly. Just like God chose you because he understands you, you understand him. There's a method to the madness. You don't understand all his ways, but you understand it. Sometimes we get caught up wanting to help other people, right? That's why we get everybody's opinions. We want to make everybody happy. We want to be of service and fulfill God's promise to people. But some of these people don't want you to fulfill God's promise. They want to use you for their personal gain. They want to use you to talk about you. You know, sometimes you give your loyalty to the wrong people. And it's okay, because it's a part of your learning experience in life. It's a part of you understanding that not everyone is like you. God chose you for the mission because you're just as crazy about God as he is crazy about you. It's something to be said when you lose your way and you start to come back to it. You see why God needed you to go through certain things first. I need you to go through these things first because I need you to understand the value of what I'm blessing you with. I need you to experience heartbreak so you know how it feels when God puts the pieces back together. I need you to experience disappointment because I have appointed you for something higher. But you have to do the work. You have to learn the lessons. God would not have chose you if he thought for 1 second you couldn't handle it. You came out stronger, wiser, better, more peace, more joy, more love to give. Now God is placing people in your life that want you to win, that want to see you at your full potential. God needed to place people in your life that didn't believe in you because he needed you to see that you only need to believe in yourself. No one else matters. You believe in yourself and you pour into the people who appreciate it, who reciprocate it, who are grateful and understanding. You do all of this because you're connected with God, because you're on a higher vibration. You understand what he does sometimes. It's like, y'all, I used to tell my mom because it used to get so annoying. Like she would talk to me, right? But sometimes it was like she was talking in code, and I'm like, can you just say it? Just say it. And I think, I think I've said that before. It's where I get my very blunt nature from. Not only because I'm a Sag, but also because I just like to put it out there, right? And it's not me trying to hurt anyone, but one of my old acquaintances, she told me that my truth cuts like a sword, and I was like, but it's the truth. My truth may cut like a sword, but I'm not saying it to hurt you. I'm saying it because it's the truth. You have to figure out how you're going to handle it. And these are the people you thought you could run to. You thought you could run to and get their advice. You thought they had your best interest. You thought they loved you, they cared about you. Seemed that way for a little while. God removed you. Then he seemingly put you back in some situations just for you to understand that is not where you're supposed to go. That is not according to his plan. So he removes you again. That's why you keep moving forward. Yes, it looks weird, strange, not sure. You want to have some physical proof, but you trust God. This is what some people don't understand. You know, some people get caught up in the receiving end of what God has for them. But the only way to receive is to give out of good intentions. So when you're able to do something for someone and put a smile on their face, why not? I used to tell my mom, because like I was the only child, right? So my mom used to blame me for every single thing. I don't know how many only kids are out there, but when I tell you I got blamed, she would misplace a earring and I stole it. Like, it's just, I got blamed for every single day thing. And one time I told her, this is going to come full circle. One time I told her, I said, one day you're going to get to heaven and and God's going to say, you know all that stuff you accused Denise of doing? She didn't do it. And I like to say, I would love to believe, right, because I am full of faith, that God, when she got to heaven, God said, you know all that stuff we thought Danita was doing? She didn't do that. So that's when she started going to work on my behalf. She was going to protect me, right? That's when she really started digging. That's when she really started to show me who people really are. Right? That's when she really started to have my back and drop wisdom on me. Her and God just dropping jewels, dropping gems. What is God going to say about you when you get to heaven? Let's look at Psalms chapter 9, verse 1 through 20. It says, I will praise you, Lord, with all my heart. I will tell of all the marvelous things you have done. I will be filled with joy because of you. I will sing praises to your name, O Most High. My enemies retreated. They staggered and died when you appeared. For you have judged in my favor. From your throne you have judged with fairness. You have rebuked the nations and destroyed the wicked. You have erased their names forever. The enemy is finished. In endless ruins, the cities you uprooted are now forgotten. But the Lord reigns forever, executing judgment from his throne. Okay, he will judge the world with justice and rule the nations with fairness. The Lord is a shelter for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. Those who know your name trust in you, for you, O Lord, do not abandon those who search for you. Sing praises to the Lord who reigns in Jerusalem. Tell the world about his unforgettable deeds. For he who avenges murder cares for the helpless. He does not ignore the cries of those who suffer. Lord, have mercy on me. See how my enemies torment me. Snatch me back from the jaws of death. Save me so I can praise you publicly at Jerusalem's gates, so I can rejoice that you have rescued me. The nations have fallen into the pit that they dug for you. Their own feet have been caught in the trap they set. The Lord is known for his justice. The wicked are trapped by their own deeds. The wicked will go down to the grave. This is the faith of all the nations who ignore God. But the needy will not be ignored forever. The hopes of the poor will not always be crushed. Arise, O Lord. Do not let mere mortals defy you. Judge the nations. Make them tremble in fear. O Lord, let the nations know that they are merely human. God said it's done. I just got that. Whoever needs that confirmation, it's done. It's over. It's a wrap. Finito. Good to go. That's what I'm hearing. It's confirmation. Someone just started the car. So the start to your new beginning is coming. Y'all. This is why we cannot grow weary in doing good. Even when people treat us wrong. I say, yes, you should talk about it. You should expose. You should tell your side of the story if that's what you feel like you should do. But there's no need to seek revenge. God has fought your battles. He's with you. He loves you. And he wants you to rest assured in that. If you need reassurance, rest assured. He loves you. Sometimes, this is what I was going to say. Sometimes we get caught up in our stuff. We're like, I just wish somebody would just save me. I wish somebody would save me. Somebody does want to save you. God. He wants to save you so you can help save yourself. You can't. This is what I'm going to say. Keep paying attention to what's around you. Keep laying your burdens down. Keep connecting with God. He's telling you a lot in this moment. Sometimes you just gotta listen to him. When I was out today, I went to the lake and the waves were crashing on a rock, right? And I said, oh man. I said the waves are hitting hard. But they weren't high, but they were just hitting the rocks hard. And then I see these sailboats, they start to fall over. Is that what you call it? Like a kayak with a sail on it? I don't know. They start to tip over. It's like a 2-person boat. So they start to tip over and like just tip over and tip over. And there was a couple of boats that just had a hard time getting back in. And it was just confirmation from God, like, the waters, the waves that they're in their boats they're tipped over. They are drowning because they can't save themselves. They didn't want to. You have a choice in life. You can either save yourself or you can, sink or swim. You had that choice. They chose not to. Earlier, God told me that some people may want to come back into your life and want a second chance, want to do over, right? I think I talked about forgiveness on the last video. Want to make things right with you. No. God said that's a hard pass. No. Stop at the door. Do what is necessary, but don't go above and beyond. And this is why I say this, because they want to come and they feel like they need to come make things right with you to clear their conscience, but you're not responsible for their conscience. They are. You don't have anything to clear up. You're good. You're walking in faith. You're letting God lead you. They have something to clear up. They have to talk to God about that, right? Let's look at Hebrews chapter 12, 1-3. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles. And let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning a shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinners, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. Don't grow weary. You got to keep doing the right thing. Keep going. God put you into this position for a reason. Don't grow weary. You fought too hard and for too long to achieve the throne and to wear the crown. Don't let anyone take you down. Because sooner than you think, God's got a blessing, and you already know who you can run to. And I'm sending vibes on that. Be a beam in your community, spread love, light, and positivity. Pay it forward with a random act of kindness. I love you, Sonnies. I'm humble. I'm grateful for you. Please feel free to like and share this message, or share this message. I should say. Okay, and if you so see fit, please subscribe to the channel. Let's close out with a prayer. God, we've come and we thank you for allowing us to have endurance to run the marathon. We understand that victory sometimes takes a while to reach us, but we will not grow weary in doing good. We will continue to carry out our actions according to the love that you have for us. Please continue to guide us, protect us, and bless us with more discernment as we walk in the path of light, spreading your love to those who need it. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Until the next time.